This is what Coach Sundance talked about, was, you know, defending without fouling. The Pack now are going to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1 here with 6:20 to go. And I think that's one thing that Coach Sundance just can't figure out about this group, was that he just can't understand how they can't just guard without fouling and keep their sort of hands out of the cookie jar. Because, you know, being in the bonus, Alex, this late, or I should say this early into the first half, and, you know, being a more aggressive team with 6 minutes to go, you're constantly making shots that are, you know, free throws, and that just can be a big-time game changer, especially when you start to look in the latter part of the game.
Camper makes the first, misses the second. He had hit 80% this year. He's got 14 points, lead all scorers, Nevada by 2. Leland Walker feeding inside to Gavin Gores, and the freshman will head to the free throw line for the Cowboys.
The Cowboys continue to run that on-ball action up there with Leland and Gores, and it's really working out well with no Joel down there. It's just really hard to protect that rim, and Elijah and Peyton are doing the best that they can, but Wyoming has something figured out a little bit here in the first half. But you love the energy out of both teams. I really think this is set up to be a very electric contest. I mean, just back and forth here with the lead changes, and Wyoming is not backing down being here in Reno. I mean, we all know that it's an advantage to play at altitude, and Wyoming is definitely the highest altitude team, so playing in Reno is not going to affect them much.
Coach Wicks was very quick to point that out about their blowout win over UNLV and 98-66 throttling. He said he felt like the elevation really was a factor for the Running Rebels.
Alex, I can remember when it wasn't the Mountain West and I played in the WAC, and you would go to Hawaii and you felt like you could run forever. And I felt like the Rainbow Warriors would come here and they'd be gassed in no time. So I very much believe that the altitude is a bit of an advantage, especially with a place like Wyoming.
On the drive is Walker, and he gets the foul against Price. Elijah Price, second personal foul. So good job there by Walker to not only get to the free throw line, but also now to limit the minutes of Elijah Price here towards the end of this first half.
That's one thing the Pack can't have, and is they can't have Elijah get into too much foul trouble, because then they go really small and they lose even that much more of a rim protector and a rebounder.
Only 4 team fouls on Nevada, so the Wolfpack still decisively at advantage in that category. The Wolfpack in the bonus, while Wyoming, again, just the 4 team fouls committed against the Wolfpack. As Walker able to extend his stat line. One-point game here in Reno, about 5 to play here in the opening half. Nevada trying to bounce back after a midweek loss against San Diego State. Nevada had opened the Mountain West season with 3 consecutive wins. They had a blowout win at home over Boise State as Walker slams one home on the inside. Nevada also getting some nice road wins at Colorado State as well as Fresno State.
Nevada has definitely come out in the Mountain West, and, you know, they've showed that they're ready to go. I mean, that's for sure. So losing at home to San Diego State the way that they did was a bit of an unfortunate loss, but I felt like that was a game that they kind of let slip away, and not something that you got to be too upset about, because you had San Diego State down 12 at one point.
3-point miss from White. Wyoming with Uriah Rojas trying to move the ball inside, and a whistle against the Wolfpack as they were trying to feed the Kiwi, Keani Saxon from Auckland, New Zealand. Second personal foul against Tayshawn Comer. And Comer will head to the bench in favor of Vaughn Weems, who checks in for the first time tonight. Weems held out of the game on Tuesday. He had the flu, so good to see him getting some run here tonight. I think he was kind of a big missing presence in that game on Tuesday.
Yeah, Vaughn can come in and really fill it up as another turnover, and the Cowboys haven't scored over the last 3 minutes. But yeah, Vaughn can really fill it up. He kind of adds a little bit of a mismatch at times, and he obviously shoots the three. So sometimes it's a positive when he's out there for sure offensively.
Open shot for Camper. Hits his 4th triple. 17 points here in the first half for Corey Camper Jr.
Corey Camper has the hot hand tonight. I hope that back does not lock up on him in that second half. Maybe Coach Alford should just leave him out here and let him keep shooting jumpers.
Camper only making 17 threes all season. He's got 4 here in the first half. It's a new season high here with the Wolfpack. Final media timeout here at Lawler Event Center. The Wolfpack leading by 6, thanks to the red-hot shooting of Corey Camper Jr., who has half of their production. Back with more right after this.
Trapper Beefs. Pack smash.
My peanut butter and jelly.
Ew.
Oh no. Yeah, I guess my ham and cheese didn't make it.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Now that's a great view.
Yep.
Mountain West fans, tournament time is coming. Get ready for MW Madness in Las Vegas.
And away we go.
One stop, one shot, one champion. Who will rise to be the best in the West? Tickets are on sale now. Don't miss a minute of the action this March. VMW.com/2026.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3
We're back here in the biggest little city, talking more about Sundance Wicks. It is his 2nd season leading the Wyoming Cowboys. He was an assistant in Laramie from 2020 to 2023. He is the first Wyoming-born head coach of the Cowboys in some 50 years. He was quick to say, I know the Cowboy way, and there is no greater honor as someone from Wyoming to be the head coach of Cowboy basketball, as he pointed to the pride in wearing brown and gold. Of course, spent 1 season as the head coach at Green Bay and had the 9th best and biggest turnaround in NCAA history. The Phoenix had won 3 games the year before. He led them to 18 wins en route to Horizon League Coach of the Year. Ultimately, after that, gets the opportunity to come back to Laramie to be the head man at Wyoming. Year 1, he had to build a roster in about 2 weeks. He feels like year 2, he's got the kind of guys he needs to dig in and build something strong there in Laramie.
All right, thanks, Spike. 3.5 to go here in the first half. Off the miss. Offensive or defensive board there from Elijah Price. Price has 6 now on the night.
Corey Camper was 17, and the rest of the team was 17 there, Alex.
He has been unbelievable here tonight. Nevada has certainly been missing his offensive production. His season high 27 came against UC Santa Barbara. Over the top of Peyton White that time is Demarion Dennis. His 2nd bucket, back to a 4-point game.
That's what Wyoming's doing, Alex. They're trying to exploit all those switches, and they're trying to just run some different action to see if they can get someone confused, and that's what happened, and that's why you saw that layup.
Miles Walker off of a Peyton White screen, now dumps it back to White. Wolfpack with 9 to shoot. Camper takes another triple. That time off the mark. Didn't have quite the cleanest look that time, but he trying to ride the hot hands. Both teams shooting well over 50% here in this first half. Rojas wide open, top of the key. His second three-pointer. Timeout, Steve Alford. It's back to a 1-point game.
Coach Alford looks frustrated. That was another miscommunication there on defense, Alex, that they keep on having these miscommunications, and you just got to tip your hat to Coach Sundance. I mean, you can just see that he very much studies it. He very much loves it. I mean, this guy he's a workhorse. There's no doubt about it. I mean, just watching, of course, seeing Nevada and what they've been doing all season, you can tell that Coach Sundance is trying to exploit them for everything that they're worth. I mean, he's changing defenses here on the defensive end. I mean, there's even times where he's shouting out three. And then on the other end, it's just a nonstop, off-ball action.
Coming up on our Renowned Health halftime reports, we have a feature on Array Young from Nevada women's basketball team. Also, highlights and first half analysis. Young, by the way, 20 points in a Wolfpack women's basketball win against New Mexico earlier today, as Amanda Levins and company improved to 3-3 in the Mountain West. Remarkable story on Young from Zach Larson. You don't want to miss that one. 1-point game here with 2 to play here in the first half. Nevada has gotten a couple of decent leads on Wyoming, but they will not let Nevada pull away. Peyton White. Elijah Price thought he had it. Now there's a fight for it. White comes up with it. Out to Walker. Now to Vaughn Weems. Now it's stolen. Leland Walker. And Walker bucket plus the foul. What a hard-nosed bucket that was from the senior Leland Walker.
Wyoming down here just scrapping right now. They're just scrapping. And Elijah down there working his tail off, like we said, on the offensive board. And it's just too much to be handled as Leland got clipped right across his face. I don't know what Miles was doing. I wasn't sure if he was going for the, but what a circus shot by Leland. That was a pretty sweet shot that he made there. And I think Miles might have been going for the ball, but we know Leland can store the basketball, and he put a little bit of extra mustard on that one.
Looks like they're going to bring the two teams together. I don't know if they're going to maybe look at that last play, or there is also Peyton White's being looked at by Nevada's trainer. Maybe he's got, maybe there's like a blood issue over there.
Could be there. That could definitely be it.
It looks like he's maybe got some blood in his jersey. That's Peyton White, the true freshman from Southern California, out of Encino. You can see the face of Steve Alford in that huddle. He is irate with his team at the moment. Really is not happy with the way they've defended here in this first half. He really called them out post-game on Tuesday against San Diego State, saying they just did not play with enough defensive physicality, intensity. One of their worst defensive efficiency games of the season. And certainly they're not hitting their numbers on the defensive end here in this first half.
With that being said, Alex, I mean, I know Coach Alford is very, very big into switching, and he likes to do a lot of that switching, and I know that's kind of like the new age of defense. But at the same time, it can really lead to a little bit of, lackadaisical of like playing defense. And, if guys aren't coming together and really, talking it out and making sure that everybody understands who's switching and where we're switching, and, you have to close gaps. A team like Wyoming can really find different holes inside that defense. And so sometimes I do believe that you kind of want to make your guys go out there and guard the guy that's in front of them and fight through screens and, you know, make sure guys are tough that night, because sometimes that switching mentality can lead to a little bit of soft play, that's for sure. So I'm sure that Coach Alford has talked to those guys about that, and it can sometimes be tricky when you get a well-coached team like the Cowboys that come in and they're just going to find ways to do it.
So White taken care of. Leland Walker now will go for that three-point play with a chance to extend Wyoming's lead, and he will give them a 2-point advantage. It is an 8-0 run for the Cowboys over the last 90 seconds. 9 points for Walker as a whistle comes here against Wyoming, and that's not what they wanted to do. Nevada in the bonus. They'll get a 1-and-1 here as the clock stops at 1:07.
No questions asked, Alec. With a team that can come out and follow a scouting report and change defenses and do things to really like make the game just look difficult from an offensive end. But then when you foul, it doesn't look so difficult when you're standing on the free throw line with nobody in front of you. So I'm sure that can be a bit of a frustrating thing for Coach Wicks. And sometimes his guys just, sometimes it's not the end of the world to let a guy go through or something like that, because it's not worth it to foul the guy and let them go get 2 free throws.
How about this first half from Corey Camper? 19 points after he makes both free throws. We're tied at 36. Full court pressure from Nevada. Wyoming gets it across to Walker. Under a minute to go.
Nevada showing some 3-2 zone here to see if they can maybe force a bad one here late going into the half.
4 to shoot. Walker with 3. Walker off back iron. Amir Robinson trying to secure the board, and he is fouled in the process. Another free throw opportunity here with 34 seconds left.
Couple more free throws here, and you still got 4-second differential on that shot clock. And just, yeah, the changing of the defenses kind of threw the Cowboys off there, and it was a good call by Coach Alford coming out of that timeout or whatever you want to call it when Peyton White was nursing that finger and getting some tape on it.
Here Robinson has had a nice first half, 7 minutes off the bench, 5 points. Hits the first of a 1-and-1. Here Robinson has really turned into a solid bench presence on this team. Had a breakout game against Washington State, scored 11 points there. He's got 7 here in the first half, gives Nevada the 2-point lead. Got a 4-second differential from game clock to shot clock. Trying to get it inside, nearly stolen away. Back out to Rojas. Bennett with 6 to shoot. Bennett drills the 3. Cowboys take the 1-point edge. Nevada's got to get one off here. Robinson at the buzzer. Amir Robinson got a good look at it. For the Wyoming Cowboys, swiping it away in the final seconds of this first half, thanks to a 3-pointer, as Wyoming 39-38 here on the road. We've got Mike Stephenson standing by. He's with Craig Neal. We'll wait for his cameraman to get over there, but Nick, great job there by Wyoming. I mean, he took some punches here in this first half, found an opportunity to take the lead.
They really did. They kind of rolled with the punches, like you said. It kind of got to a place where they fought it off.
All right, Mike's ready. Here we go.
Coach, I know that last 4 minutes probably left a lot to be desired for you. What's going to be the emphasis in the break?
Well, I mean, we can't let them score like that. We're just not guarding very well, so we've got to shore some things up. We're doing some good things offensively. We got to get to the line. We got to get more paint scores, but defensively, we've got to slow them down a little bit better. So that was a tough stretch for us that last 3 minutes, especially defensively.
Craig, thank you for the time. Good luck in the second half. Another good one brewing between the Pack and the Pokes, guys.
All right, thanks, Mike. Thank you, Craig Neal, for stopping by. Nevada with 19 points from Corey Camper Jr. for the Wyoming Cowboys on the road, fresh off a 30-point win over UNLV. They've got a 1-point win now on the road here in Reno. Our Renowned Health halftime report is next.
Levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks. It doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Old Trapper Beefs. Energy emergency. Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Credit Union One offers everything you need to get the most out of your accounts every day. With digital banking, you can pay bills online, set up personalized budgeting tools, easily transfer money between accounts, and more. Plus, you can get paid up to 2 days sooner when you set up direct deposit. Get started at cu1.com.
Old Trapper Beefs. Camp Cravings.
There you go, buddy. Have fun.
This is not going to be pretty.
We're camping. What could possibly go wrong? No.
Cool.
That did not go as planned.
It never does.
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
So do you have a favorite bobcat?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, that's my jerky.
Credit Union One Free Checking has everything you need to bank on the go. Make deposits and more with our highly rated mobile app. And get your direct deposit up to 2 days sooner with CU1 Early Pay. Open your account in minutes at creditunion1.org.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend, designed to hydrate better than water, made to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel, so you can lose more sweat and run the game. Gatorade, is it in you?
Points. We had a chance to feature her recently on Wolfpack All Access. Here's Zach Larson.
Array Young has found her way into Wolfpack Silver and Blue just later than expected.
I don't think I was offered by Nevada out of high school, but they were heavily interested. I wasn't able to shoot good enough to be a guard on the Nevada squad coming out of high school, so that just made me hungry when I got here. When they told me that was the reason,
Ultimately, the Sacramento native turned down multiple offers from Mountain West schools to play for the University of Tulsa. After 2 years as a Golden Hurricane, Young sought to take her game closer to home, giving Nevada a second chance. Although she hadn't gotten an offer from the Wolfpack out of high school, she appreciated the coaching staff being candid.
It's honesty with coaches. We have a really good relationship with the coaches, so I think it's good that they were honest with me on that. I think I ended up here for a reason, and the community that backs us just helps me see that this is probably where I should have been all along.
A 5'11" point guard, Young joined the Wolfpack last season, but sat out as she recovered from a torn ACL and meniscus in her right knee suffered during her sophomore season.
It was hard not having her last year, but in hindsight, that was the best decision we could have made because she's healthy now, and I think last year we would have only gotten a percentage of what a great player she is.
It's the second time Young has battled back from a bad injury, first tearing the ACL in her left knee as a freshman.
It was really hard for me to continue after it happened again, but just finding that drive and that heart and just the supportiveness of my family, just if you're done, we understand, but if you want to keep going, we're here to fight with you for whatever, so.
Nevada's season opener marked Young's first game in action in 649 days, a special moment for the whole team.
I think people feed off her energy and that leadership quality of having somebody on the court that just can help you win and wants the ball in their hands in those situations, gives everybody confidence.
She's just a total competitor. I love her energy, and she's able to score in any way, and she also just makes the right basketball play. So you'll see on the court she's always fired up and stuff. So just a really nice player to play with, and I think we'll play well together.
A one-time All-American Athletic Conference freshman, Young heads into her redshirt junior season with plenty to play for, aiming to get through her first full season of college basketball.
It'll mean everything. Win, lose, or draw, like I said, I'm grateful to be out here, and it's just a fun opportunity to be able to play with girls I love, under coaches I love and that love me. So,
for Nevada Sportsnet, I'm Zach Larson.
More to come here from inside Lawler Event Center. Our Renown Health halftime report continues. Nevada and Wyoming here on Saturday night.
Old Trapper beefs. One-upping.
I'm a big Old Trapper fan. Not bigger than me. I love Old Trapper. I love how tender it is. Don't forget the wood smoke flavor.
What about the clear bag?
That shows you exactly what you're getting. Savory beef. Quality ingredients. I'm their biggest fan.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Will you sign my bag and my tattoo?
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
The crowd is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
Old Trapper beefs. Pack smash.
My peanut butter and jelly.
Ew. Oh no. Yeah, I guess my ham and cheese didn't make it.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Now that's a great view.
Yep.
Mountain West fans, tournament time is coming. Get ready for MW Madness in Las Vegas.
And away we go.
One stop, one shot, one champion. Who will rise to be the best in the West? Tickets are on sale now. Don't miss a minute of the action this March. themw.com/2026.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be.
Service and selection are why Champion Chevrolet is #1. And by Savage & Son, serving the Northern Nevada community for over 130 years.
Back here at the University of Nevada, where the Wyoming Cowboys have a 1-point lead on the road, 39-38. We welcome you back inside Lawler Event Center. Alongside the Hall of Famer, Nick Fazekas, I'm Alex Margulies. Wolfpack, very efficient offensive app. They shot over 50%, but Wyoming really going toe-for-toe with the Wolfpack, including getting that last three in the final 30 seconds to take the advantage.
Yeah, two teams doing it a little bit differently. The Pack have played 11 guys, and only 5 of them have scored, and Wyoming's doing it completely different, where they're kind of like spreading the love. So, you know, Corey Camper has definitely come out, you know, shooting the lights out, 19 to start the game, and it'll be interesting to see what they kind of do to combat that here in the second half. And, you know, Wyoming is playing with that grit. Kind of what Coach Sundance talks about is that he's got guys that are going to play hard each and every night, and that's exactly what they're doing right now, Alex.
Wyoming 4 of 9 from the outside, including a pair of threes by Rojas. And, of course, it's Corey Camper on the other side for Nevada, who has been incredible, but it's been a gritty effort from the Cowboys.
It's been a very gritty effort. I mean, both teams are taking blows. I mean, the Pack kind of got away from there a little bit, had that 6-point lead at one point, but then Wyoming just kind of clawed back in, and, you know, they made plays. Interesting how both teams are doing things differently and how it's both working the same way.
Here's a look at the numbers from the first half. Both teams shooting at a high percentage. Nevada's slight edge in rebounding, and neither team really turning the ball over.
I mean, it's expected, right? It's a 1-point game. You look at these by the numbers, and it's almost identical of exactly what teams are doing. And, you know, the Pack are definitely shooting the 3 ball at a very efficient rate tonight. And the Wyoming is playing just as hard. So, I mean, I think you're in for a really, really exciting second half, and kind of see who blinks first here, Alex.
All right, could be another one that goes down to the wire. Second half coming up soon. We'll have more of the Renown Health halftime report right after this.
Big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks. It doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Old Trapper Beefs. Energy emergency. Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Credit Union One offers everything you need to get the most out of your accounts every day. With digital banking, you can pay bills online, set up personalized budgeting tools, easily transfer money between accounts, and more. Plus, you can get paid up to 2 days sooner when you set up direct deposit. Get started at cu1.com.
Old Trapper Beefs. Camp Cravings.
There you go, buddy. Have fun.
This is not gonna be pretty.
We're camping. What could possibly go wrong?
Cool.
That did not go as planned.
It never does.
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
So do you have a favorite bobcat?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, that's my jerky.
Credit Union One Free Checking has everything you need to bank on the go. Make deposits and more with our highly rated mobile app. And get your direct deposit up to 2 days sooner with CU1 Early Pay. Open your account in minutes at creditunionone.org.
Joint Chiropractic. Improve your quality of life through routine and affordable chiropractic care. The Joints, your first visit, just $29. For Nevada, they've got to lock it in on defense.
They definitely need to lock it in. We talked a lot about how they're switching and they're kind of becoming a little bit lazy with their switches, and Wyoming has been able to get behind them and get a couple layups, couple and ones. So I think that's definitely one adjustment that Nevada needs to make.
All right, it's going to be an exciting second half here inside Lawler Event Center. Stay tuned. Second half is coming up between Nevada and Wyoming right after this.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend, designed to hydrate better than water, made to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel, so you can lose more sweat and run the game. Gatorade, is it in you?
Old Trapper Beefs. One-upping.
I'm a big Old Trapper fan. Not bigger than me. I love Old Trapper. I love how tender it is. Don't forget the wood smoke flavor.
What about the clear bag?
That shows you exactly what you're getting.
Savory beef. Quality ingredients. I'm their biggest fan. I'm their
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Will you sign my bag and my tattoo?
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
The crowd is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
Old Trapper Beefs. Pack smash.
My peanut butter and jelly.
Ew. Oh no.
Yeah, I guess my ham and cheese didn't make it.
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Now that's a great view.
Yep.
Mountain West fans, tournament time is coming. Get ready for MW Madness.
Back at Lawler Event Center, second half is underway. Nevada able to get a quick bucket from Corey Camper Jr. 21 points for Camper, who picks up right where he left off. Nevada back in the lead as Wyoming now on offense for the first time here in the second half. Nevada gets a stop underneath the hoop. The Wolfpack, a quick score, quick stop, and they'll blow it dead before the three from Caleb Lowry. Let's go back to Mike Stephenson. He just had a chance to catch up with Sundance Wicks.
Sure did, guys, and we talked about it early on. Nick pointed it out, how he pointed out to us, Nevada's off-ball screen action is a big part of what they do, and he said, we are dying on these screens. We got to close out. We are giving up way too many open threes. He looked at me and goes, Corey Camper Jr. has 19 points. Offensively, he liked what the guys are doing in terms of taking care of the ball, but he says they need to touch the paint more. Instead, entering the half, Wyoming did have the points in the paint advantage, 22-14. Nonetheless, buckle up for what should be a good finish to this one, guys.
After the foul from Wyoming, Nevada continues their hot shooting from the outside. Tayshawn Comer hits his first triple, and Nevada's out to a 4-point lead.
More of that off-ball action, Alex, and I felt like Coach Alford kind of came out right there in that first half and said, you know, Corey, you got the hot hand, and we're going to continue to keep you that hot hand. And they got him a layup to make sure he could see another ball go through the basket, and hopefully that continues for him going forward in the second half.
Nevada 5 of 10 from the outside for the game. Triple buried by Naz Meyer, the freshman, joins the conversation here in the second half.
Again, another answer by the Cowboys. I mean, anytime that it just gets a little bit hairy-carry, all of a sudden they just knock down another three. They got answers for everything tonight.
Well, Naz Meyer, he has been a really nice player for Sundance Wicks, hitting 42% from beyond the arc in his first season of college basketball. Out of Agora High School in California, he was recruited by Marquette and Arizona State, but Wicks was able to land him in Laramie. Chuck Bailey spin arounds, and an air ball into the hands of the Cowboys. Caden Bennett takes it down the floor. Get it to Leland Walker. Nearly stolen away by Chuck Bailey. Off the mark and rebounded by Elijah Price. Trying to lob it into Caleb Lowry. Good job there by the Cowboys, collapsing on the ball.
Coach Alford looking for that foul.
Camper gets a little separation, left all alone. He's got 23 points. He's 4 points shy of his season high of 27 that he did in the game against UC Santa Barbara this year.
Not sure how Wyoming lost track of him.
Transfer from UTEP, spent his last 2 seasons in El Paso. Tayshawn Comer besides himself after being whistled for a foul, stopping it at 17:06.
You can see the Pack played tough defense, got out in transition here with Elijah and that big rebound, and there it is. I just don't understand how, I'm sure Coach Sundance is not too thrilled about how they just left Corey Camper wide open there from the free throw line. Just watch him get another one, and Corey's sitting on 23 right now.
By the way, for Camper, his 27 score, that's not only his season high, it's his career high. The most he ever scored in a game in UTEP was 21. Actually, I'm being told that is not correct. It is actually, he had a 40-point game at UTEP, so he's got a ways to go. This is a guy that can fill it up. He scored 40 in December of 2022 against Jacksonville.
He's got 17 minutes to go as Wyoming, again, with that grittiness and that rebounding that you talked about, Alex. They go get an offensive rebound, but you know, Corey Camper looks like he's got a little bit of rhythm. Maybe 40 is in the books tonight.
Whistle on the other end. All tied up at 45 apiece. Back and forth game here tonight in Reno as Nevada feeds the big man, Elijah Price, who, as we talked about in the first half, he is becoming more and more of an offensive focal point for this team. That was not the case about 6 weeks ago.
No, it was not the case. Like we said, he looked a little bit lost offensively. There was definitely a couple times where Elijah just didn't have a very good rhythm. He was getting the ball in the wrong spots. He was doing a lot of pump faking, and it just didn't look like he was comfortable. Whereas now I feel like maybe Coach Alford and him maybe have kind of gotten to a place where maybe they have had a conversation where it's like, hey, Coach, I like to get it here, or I like to get it there. I mean, each and every guy that, you know, likes to score baskets, they do definitely like the ball at certain areas on the floor. Cowboys are just, they are relentless, Alex. They just keep coming and coming and coming, and it's just, it almost feels like which team is going to blink first might walk out of this thing with the win. But this is exactly what we talked about, was that we thought both these teams matched up really, really well. Cowboys coming off that big win at UNLV, probably came in here really, really high, and you know, Nevada almost felt like a must-win tonight, so they came in with that same mentality. So I think both teams were kind of licking their chops to get a win tonight. And tied up here with 16 to go.
Nevada still with their starting 5 on the floor here, about 4 minutes into the second half. Tayshawn Comer finds some space. Can't finish. Elijah Price fighting for the offensive board. He's the best offensive rebounder in the Mountain West, and he goes right back to the basket.
That's what Elijah gives. That's what Elijah gives Coach Alfred in the pack. Is he's so good on the offensive glass. When you watch Elijah and you look at the way he plays, like this possession right here, I mean, great and one getting up there as he had this smaller Rojas on him. But when you watch Elijah play, it's not so much that he asserts himself offensively, and I know Coach Alford's not putting him in that many sets, but at the end of the day, when that ball goes up, you can see Elijah's eye get a little bit bigger where he's trying to go get that ball, and he kind of always is in the right place at the right times as he knocks that free throw down. But that's the fun part about Elijah, and I can tell you, being on the other side of that and being that you're going to be the guy guarding that guy, Alex, it is not going to be a very fun night for you.
Nevada on top, 50-47 after a three-point play from Elijah Price. Walker with the penetration. They'll feed it out to Meyer, who hits another three. The freshman with his second triple here in the second half. He's got 10 points. Back to a tie game.
Myers hit back-to-back big-time shots where he kind of came out of that one screaming a little bit. But, yeah, he's hit big shots for a freshman, that's for sure.
Chuck Bailey double teams. He'll find the open shooter, and Lowry. Price is there to clean it up. He's fouled on the way back up. So Elijah Price impacting the game for the Wolfpack. He'll be shooting free throws on the other side of the break. We're all tied up here in Reno, 50-50.
In Las Vegas. And away we go. One stop, one shot, one champion. Who will rise to be the best in the West? Tickets are on sale now. Don't miss a minute of the action this March. VMW.com/2026.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Old Trapper Beefs. Energy emergency.
Union One offers everything you need to get the most out of your accounts every day. With digital banking, you can pay bills online, set up personalized budgeting tools, easily transfer money between accounts, and more. Plus, you can get paid up to 2 days sooner when you set up direct deposit. Get started at cu1.com.
Nick Fazekas, I'm Alex Margulies. Not a bad night to make your TV debut here in Reno, Mr. Fazekas.
This has been fun, Alex. We got a good one on our hands. And the one thing I've learned about doing some of this broadcasting stuff, it's always fun to call these competitive games.
Yeah.
You know, it gets a little bit tricky when you start getting, even if it's the Wolfpack that goes one way or the other, it's always fun to call these competitive games, be with two teams that are playing tough to win. And it's a pleasure doing it here with you, Alex, on a TV debut. And it's always nice being back in Reno for me and getting to watch what the Packer are doing. And thus far this season, it's been a really good ride so far.
Elijah Price at the line, and he will convert the first. What's it like to look up at the rafters? We just showed it. You're one of only 2 players to have your jersey retired. I'm sure that's not something that's lost on you.
Oh, not at all. I mean, I tell people all the time, I mean, coming to Reno was the best decision of my life. I mean, it's set me up in my life to where I'm sitting right now. And it's not even so much being able to broadcast these games, but just where I'm at in life. And, you know, having 22 hang in the rafters and be up there for the, you know, the long haul and going into that new arena, I think it's really, really special. So definitely something I don't take for granted.
Wyoming back in front after the tip from the Kiwi, Saxon, the graduate senior from Auckland. He's bounced around to 4 different college programs before landing here at Wyoming. Elijah Price going after Saxon. One-on-one, gets around him, and Price able to finish.
Elijah's been really exploiting some mismatches. I really like to tell everybody I'd like him to go to the other shoulder than that shoulder. It's just really hard if he has a taller defender. He's probably going to end up with that shot blocked, but that seems to be where the place where he likes it.
2 double-doubles this week for Elijah Price. He had 17 and 10 on Tuesday against San Diego State. He's got 14 and 10 here tonight.
Meyer continues to shine here for the Cowboys and Coach Wicks.
Meyer's got 12 points. He's the leading scorer now for the Cowboys. He's been the 2nd leading scorer all year, averaging about 13 a game as a true freshman, making a strong case to be Freshman of the Year in the Mountain West. As Price, once again, a force to be reckoned with, draws the foul.
Elijah's just relentless down there, but yeah, as you said, Freshman of the Year is definitely on the table for Meyer. I mean, he's had a heck of a year thus far and making big shots tonight. But Elijah's just, he keeps taking advantage of these mismatches with either Saxon or Goris that's in front of him, and I think Elijah likes what he's looking at tonight, and I think you're going to continue to see the Pack go at him for sure.
A 1-point lead for the Wyoming Cowboys here on the road. Now it's Price on the feed, and the freshman Peyton White gets the bucket plus the foul.
That's the fun part for Elijah, is that once he starts getting buckets, and you know, being a player that used to play in the post, and you know, you can see here with Elijah, he's got the ball in the post and he tosses it right to Elijah because he's got all eyes, Alex, on him because he's been scoring baskets over and over and over. So now all of a sudden there becomes a little bit of an attention, and Peyton White does a really good job of moving out the ball, and Elijah found a run underneath that basket for the and one. And back to a 2-point game. This game is just a battle of blows over and over again.
Nevada's largest lead in the first half was 6 points. They were on top 34-28. For the Cowboys, they have only led by as many as 2. Full court pressure that time from Nevada. Sucking some time off the shot clock for the Cowboys. Only 13 to go now. Down to 8 to shoot. Meyer with 6. Being guarded by Camper. Meyer in front of Camper, off the mark. And Elijah Price walls off the rebounds. Price coming downhill. A hard collision that time.
Price is just, you know, Price is, you know, at this point I feel like as you watch Elijah just get straight downhill, and it was definitely a foul, definitely a block as Elijah beat him to the spot. But, you know, I feel like at this point Elijah would be out of the game. Coach Alford probably would have subbed him out at this point, but Elijah's playing with a really good pace, really good rhythm right now, and he's really forcing the Cowboys to try to do different things, I think, defensively going forward. But there is not anybody that can match up with either Elijah or Corey tonight. That is for sure.
Price, such a dominant force in the second half against San Diego State. He scored all 17 points in the second half, and he did it just like this, getting to the free throw line, and he made 11 of 12 in that game.
Yeah, I know that was one thing that Elijah really not struggled with, but he wasn't a very efficient free throw shooter at Fresno State. And I can remember watching the beginning of the season. It wasn't exactly that he was not, you know, it was an efficiency thing, but he just wasn't making free throws. I mean, Elijah has great form. You can see he's got a good rhythm at the free throw line. It just wasn't going in. And I know from being a good free throw shooter, a lot of it's mental. And when you start seeing him more and more go in, you start to feel better and better about shooting them. And, you know, he's really upped his free throw percentage this year. And as he goes and gets a blow, he's going to only probably sit over there for a little bit. But, yeah, Elijah's really taken his game to the next level, like you said, over the last couple of weeks, Alex.
And you look at him, I mean, you have to remind yourself sometimes, too, he's just a redshirt sophomore.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still just a kid.
He still is just a kid. And, I mean, he was at Fresno with all that stuff going on at Fresno last year, and I'm sure there wasn't a whole lot of coaching and going on. I'm sure there was a lot of, you know, putting out fires while he was in Fresno, and it's kind of nice now that Coach Alford's able to get his hands on him, because, you know, Elijah's an exceptional talent. There's no doubt about it. From you look at his size, you look at his athleticism, you look at everything he brings to the table. I mean, he almost screams NBA player at this point if he can just kind of, like, you know, hone in on some skills and figure out what he wants to be.
And I think you're right. You start thinking and projecting that this could be a guy that could play in the league, just based even on how much he's progressed this season as a player.
100%. I mean, you watched him last year as Meyer knocks another big shot down. This kid has got ice in his veins. But, yeah, Elijah was really, really good at Fresno. I mean, he was definitely the guy at the top of the scouting report. But anytime you can get into a better program with a better coaching staff, I mean, it's just going to only, you know, take your stock higher.
Every time Nevada gets some space, Wyoming finds the answer. Ethan Crowley, the freshman, on the drive. Good box out there as it goes off of the Wyoming defender. The Wolfpack will get another opportunity here with 12:15 to go.
Just don't believe you'll see Elijah sit over there for too much longer. It's just hard right now offensively to get away from him, but it's expected for him to get a blow middle of this second half so he can be ready to go for that last haul.
15 to shoot for the Wolfpack. Corey Camper Jr. Nice move there.
Corey trying to get himself back into the mix as the Pack come back out in this press, but again, you'd like to see the Pack just exert a little bit more defensive energy to just try to push this thing out, maybe instead of 3 or 4, try to get this thing out to maybe 6, 7, or 8.
Too long that time for Meyer, but the offensive rebound from Demarion Dennis will put the Cowboys at the free throw line after immediate timeout. Back and forth swings here at Lawler Event Center. It's Nevada with a 3-point lead, trying to pick up a Saturday night win in front of their home fans.
Trapper Beefs. Camp Cravings.
There you go, buddy. Have fun.
This is not going to be pretty.
We're camping. What could possibly go wrong? No.
Cool.
That did not go as planned.
It never does.
All right.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
So do you have a favorite Bobcat?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, that's my jerky.
Credit Union One Free Checking has everything you need to bank on the go. Make deposits and more with our highly rated mobile app. And get your direct deposit up to 2 days sooner with CU1 Early Pay. Open your account in minutes at creditunion1.org.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend, designed to hydrate better than water, made to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel, so you can lose more sweat and run the game. Gatorade. Is it in you?
Old Trapper beefs. One upping.
I'm a big Old Trapper fan. Not bigger than me. I love Old Trapper. I love how tender it is. Don't forget the wood smoke flavor.
What about the clear bag?
That shows you exactly what you're getting.
Savory beef. Quality ingredients. I'm their biggest fan.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Will you sign my bag and my tattoo?
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
The crowd is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
Back here inside Lawler Event Center, a 3-point lead for the Wolfpack. Let's go back to the third member of our broadcast team, and Mike Stephenson.
Yeah, guys, coming off that tough loss Tuesday for Nevada to San Diego State, Steve Alford basically said it all came down to defense, and he felt like it was the worst the Pack has guarded the ball all this season, with Wyoming shooting 58% at this point. Might end up coming down to the battle of the benches. The Aztecs left Reno after outscoring Nevada 37-9 off of the bench, and right now Wyoming has a heavy advantage, 23-12. And after a couple of huge games on the road last week, talking about Nevada's bench from Tyler Wallace, and he combined to score 37 points in those wins last week. He didn't score Tuesday. He has played 1 minute today. So who is going to be that provider off the bench for Nevada might end up being the deciding factor here.
All right, thanks, Mike. Marion Dennis at the free throw line where he's an 85% shooter, and he will make the first. Mentioned earlier the discrepancy at points in the paint. That was something Nevada was really dominated in against San Diego State. There was a pretty decisive advantage in this one as well from Wyoming, but that has shifted to a Nevada 28-26 edge in the paint. A big reason of that has been that focus on Elijah Price.
100%, Alex. I mean, Elijah's come in and really kind of even that scale as he's been getting, you know, not only to the free throw line, but he's been getting all those buckets in the paint. And that is where Elijah is going to get, you know, that's where he's going to eat, and that's where he's going to do his thing, is right there in the paint. Elijah's not that jump shooter, so you're going to need the Cowboys to try to figure out a way to solve that Elijah Price puzzle tonight.
Nevada already in the bonus with 11 minutes and 40 seconds left in this one, Nick. That is another big advantage for the Wolfpack. We talked about how good they are at the free throw line. On Weems, front end of a 1-and-1, and Weems will connect.
Nevada just continuing to make free throws and kind of keep that lead. And you know, Sundance always talked about how his team just continues to foul, and that's the one thing that is holding true, is that the Cowboys are fouling over and over, and the Pack keep getting free throws over and over.
Nevada is now 12 of 14 at the stripe. One of the top teams in the nation at getting to the free throw line and also at executing at the free throw line. Good ball movement that time from the Cowboys, and they'll get themselves to shoot some free ones.
Back and forth game. Good pass there by Meyer, and Forrest is going to go to the free throw line, but Meyer has played really, really well. You talked about this kid, you know, working his way into like freshman of the year. I mean, this kid has made some big shots tonight. He's making big plays, and it's clear as day that Sundance has a pretty good, you know, amount of confidence in what this kid's doing as he keeps that ball in his hands, and he's okay with Meyer shooting this ball and making plays.
Like I said, Meyer, coming out of high school, he had offers from Arizona State and Marquette, but landed in Laramie. And of course, in the era that it is, Nick, of NIL, you have to think about those things of recruiting players out of high school, getting players out of the portal, and how schools like Nevada, like Wyoming, will be able to attract the freshman talent like That freshman right there, Peyton White, another Southern California native who has been incredible as a freshman for Steve Alford.
Well, my thing is, you know, of course, there's a million places to go in the country, right? And, you know, Wyoming is not exactly the paradise destination to probably be going to school, but I'm sure Sundance, as they answer right back, I'm sure Sundance does a great job of recruiting these kids and kind of explaining him the culture he wants, right? Because you're not going to sell the kids on the sunshine in Wyoming and everything like that. And so I believe Sundance probably plays a big part on how he's able to build this roster for sure.
Back and forth battle continues here in Reno. We've got a timeout on the floor. It is a full timeout with Nevada leading 65-63. We will take a break with 10:34 to go. More to come from Reno right after this.
Old Trapper Beefs. Pack smash.
My peanut butter and jelly.
Ew.
Oh no. Yeah, I guess my ham and cheese didn't make it.
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Now that's a great view.
Yep.
Mountain West fans, tournament time is coming. Get ready for MW Madness in Las Vegas.
And away we go.
One stop, one shot, one champion. Who will rise to be the best in the West? Tickets are on sale now. Don't miss a minute of the action this March. themw.com/2026.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Old Trapper Beefs. Energy emergency. Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Credit Union One offers everything you need to get the most.
Practic. Visit 5 Northern Nevada locations. Your first visit is just $29. And by Toyota, let's go places.
From the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada, University of Nevada campus. Look at the Mountain West Conference standings coming into play. Nevada, 3-1, tied with New Mexico, Utah State, San Diego State at the top. It's going to be a very competitive league here, Nick, over the next couple of months.
It's definitely going to be a competitive league. You see several of those teams have double-digit wins at this point, and it's going to be competitive. I wonder how many bids they actually get in this league. It might only be a one big league this year as Vaughn knocks that 3 down, but maybe they somehow get a 2-bid league, and you know, you get someone that kind of breaks away and then someone else wins that Mountain West tournament, because these teams that have been put out with the Wyomings and the Utah States, Nevadas, San Diego States, it's a lot of competitive teams out here, that's for sure.
Mountain West is definitely trending up as the season has gone on. They now have the 4th best strength of schedule of all of the Division I conferences. They're also number 6 in nets behind the power conferences, SEC, Big 12, Big 10, ACC, Big East. So it is a conference that's really playing better basketball as the season's going on.
I think we just kind of get maybe the clouded vision of, you know, Boise State losing that Division II, and, you know, San Diego State didn't come out. But, you know, the stats that you just read there, Alex, are definitely impressive stats, and those are stats that are going to hold true come March and when the selection committee is ready to make their decisions. So you'd like to think that the Mountain West, you said, is trending north. And, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it ends up being a 2-3 bid league, because both of these teams look very competitive and could definitely pose a problem for some of these bigger schools. I mean, Wyoming already went to Tech and only lost by 4.
Nevada, their largest lead now of 7. We'll see if they can finally pull away from this Cowboys team that has hung with them all night long. Nevada led by 6 in the first half, but that gap was closed very quickly. Elijah Price this time going right after Abu Magasa, got around him, but couldn't finish it. A rare miss here in the second half from Price, who was 6 of 7 before that. Meyer, whistle as he was driving.
Meyer just stays aggressive, Alex. I mean, he's going at Elijah. He doesn't care who's standing in front of him. This kid he's definitely looking to score, and you can see here that he hit that pump fake and wasn't too concerned with Elijah being there in front of him. And this kid might make some big shots down here at the stretch.
Nevada gets their hands in there. Tips out to Walker, though. He's got 14 to shoot. Robinson comes out to put some pressure at the three-point line. Now White switches on him. And Walker gets the bucket plus the foul. Hard-nosed bucket from Leland Walker. And once again, Wyoming hanging around.
Leland Walker with another tough shot that looked eerily similar to the and one that he had earlier when Miles Walker kind of ran into him as well. But Leland clearly, with that short stature and kind of that stocky stature that he's had, he kind of takes the contact really, really well, and he's got really good touch with that glass, Alex. He kind of really understands those angles and where he wants to put it on the glass as he knocks the free throw down. And keep an eye on Leland and Meyer down the stretches. Those are going to be probably the 2 guys that are going to go after some of these big shots to get back in this game.
13 for Walker, 15 for Meyer. Three-pointer, buckets for Amir Robinson, his second three-pointer of the game.
Like you said, Alex, Amir might not be from a percentage perspective, but that is a timely 3 when you're up 4 and you need a bucket. And Nevada's made 5 of their last 6 now.
(73-66), a 7-point lead for Nevada. Meyer rattles around and out this time. Had a good look at it, just off the mark.
Big possession here for the Pack. You'd like to see them make sure they get one going towards the basket. Make sure you try to get something good here. You can't afford a turnover with this 7-point lead.
Tayshawn Comer left that one short. Maybe forced that one a little bit. Cowboys coming downhill, 7:15 to go. Nas Meyer, and he draws the foul. Media timeout here at Lawler Event Center. Nevada has their largest lead of 7, but the Cowboys will be at the free throw line when we come back. More from Lawler Event Center after this.
Out of your accounts every day. With digital banking, you can pay bills online, set up personalized budgeting tools, easily transfer money between accounts, and more. Plus, you can get paid up to 2 days sooner when you set up direct deposit. Get started at cu1.com.
Old Trapper Beefs. Camp Cravings.
There you go, buddy. Have fun.
This is not going to be pretty.
We're camping. What could possibly go wrong? No.
Cool.
That did not go as planned.
It never does.
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
So do you have a favorite Bobcat?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, that's my jerky.
Credit Union One Free Checking has everything you need to bank on the go. Make deposits and more with our highly rated mobile app. And get your direct deposit up to 2 days sooner with CU1 Early Pay. Open your account in minutes at creditunion1.org.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend, designed to hydrate better than water, made to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel, so you can lose more sweat and run the game. Gatorade, is it in you?
Old Trapper Beefs. One-upping.
I'm a big Old Trapper fan. Not bigger than me. I love Old Trapper. I love how tender it is. Don't forget the wood smoke flavor.
What about the clear bag?
That shows you exactly what you're getting.
Savory beef. Quality ingredients. I'm their biggest fan.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Will you sign my bag and my tattoo?
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
The crowd is pumping.
Offensive display here tonight in Reno, and a big reason for the high-scoring output. Both of these teams taking care of the ball, including the Wolfpack, who have only turned it over 5 times here tonight, including none in the second half. That has been right on storyline for them this season. One of the reasons why Nevada has had a turnaround year with this new group is they have really valued taking care of the basketball. They're tied for 3rd in the entire country, averaging a little bit less than 9 per game, and again, only 5 so far tonight.
Which is impressive, Alex, because usually that takes like a veteran squad, probably a team that's been together for like a really long time, to be able to kind of accomplish tied for 3rd in the NCAA at 8.9 turnovers. But I think it's also why you're seeing some high point total tonight at 73-66 with 7 to go. It's because no one's really turning the ball over, and guys are getting good looks over and over, and both of these teams are shooting the ball at an exceptional rate. Wyoming at 57% and Nevada at 58. I mean, no turnovers plus this high shooting clip. I mean, you're destined to get to 90 at some point tonight.
Wyoming has only turned the ball over 5 times as well. The freshman Meyer making both of his free throws. He's got 17 to lead the Cowboys. His season high this year, 26 against South Dakota. So still a ways to go for the true freshman from LA. Played at a prep school last year in New Hampshire. Corey Camper fends off the defense, finds Comer. 10 to shoot off the Price screen. Comer finishes.
Tough shot there by Tayshaun, really tough shot. I think he wanted a foul, but these screens are paying off big time for the Pack tonight. They're setting really good screens and getting really good looks, and combine that with no turnovers, it's 75 points with 6.5 to go.
Elijah Price, the vicious swat. Here comes Nevada the other way. Into Lowry. Gets the bucket.
A little bit of momentum brewing here, Alex. A little bit of momentum. You can hear the Pack fans getting into it. It's getting a little bit louder in here.
Nevada has made 7 of their last 9 from the fields. And their largest lead is now 9. On the drive from Meyer, he'll head back to the free throw line.
You see Elijah here with this big time block, is able to get out in transition, and Tayshaun running it and get into Lowry right there in front of the rim. Really good 2 possessions there for the Pack as they get that done and carry this 9-point lead. Meyer back to the free throw line, but you got to keep putting together good possessions here, Alex, down the stretch, because I think that's what's going to get it done. I mean, they've proven that they're not going to be able to turn this ball over late, and you'd hate for something like that to start happening here with 6 minutes to go. But they've been really efficient offensively, setting really good screens, moving the ball around, getting good looks. So I would guess that continues going into this last 6 minutes, and it's going to be really hard for the Cowboys to claw back into this.
Meyer keeping them in it with 19 points. He's 6 of 11 from the floor, and he's made all of his free throws, 4 of 4. Nevada by 8 with 5:50 to go. Stolen away by the Cowboys. Dennis with the finish. Once again, Wyoming clawing it right back in it.
Clawing back in, I guess that's the commentator curse, right? As we're talking about turnovers, and then there's a turnover right here at half court.
First one of the second half.
First one.
Corey Camper, 3-pointer on the way. Yes, sir. And that is a career high, 28 points.
Another flare screen, just it looks like the It's like a carbon copy of the first half, and you saw Sundance shouting at his players, but you said good screens on that flare screen. It's hard, and Corey's got the hot hand tonight, so he only needs a sliver of daylight to knock these down tonight.
For the most points in a Division I game for Corey Camper Jr., who had 27 earlier this year against UC Santa Barbara. He had previously scored 40 points when he was in junior college. I do want to correct that one. He did not score 40 at UTEP. So that is a new career Division I high for Corey Camper Jr., who has been lights out with also a season high 5 3-pointers in this one.
Alex, wouldn't you like to see him to get to 30? It'd be nice to be able to say you got the 3-0. You know, it always feels a little bit better than 28. But Elijah doing his best to get this points in the paint as even as possible. But he's going to go back to the free throw line, and it's going to be hard going down the stretch here for Wyoming as Packer just making them pay each and every way.
What a job he has done from the free throw line these last couple of games, Nick. Elijah Price, he's a 73% shooter on the year, but in his last couple games, 11 of 12. In this one today, he is 6 of 7. Before that, did well against Fresno State. I mean, there were games earlier this year he couldn't hit a free throw, and he has been just dialed.
Been really dialed as he goes 7 of 8 there, makes 2 in a row to get the pack up 10. But I'm telling you, Alex, I shot a lot of free throws in my day. You start making them, and that rim starts looking bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you kind of get to a rhythm as Vaughn gets another steal and a jam. Imagine timeout here coming by Sundance. No, but that rim gets bigger and bigger for Elijah, and then you kind of step up and you feel confident when you're at the free throw line, and it's getting loud in here now. I think the Pack see blood in the water.
Vaughn Weems, the steal and the score. Nevada by a dozen. Wolfpack looking for a bounce-back win here tonight in Reno. And they're well on their way. 4 to go in Reno.
At the pit, this place is electric.
Old Trapper Beefs. Pack smash.
My peanut butter and jelly.
Ew.
Oh no. Yeah, I guess my ham and cheese didn't make it.
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Now that's a great view.
Yep.
Mountain West fans, tournament time is coming. Get ready for MW Madness in Las Vegas.
And away we go.
One stop, one shot, one champion. Who will rise to be the best in the West? Tickets are on sale now. Don't miss a minute of the action this March. VMW.com/2026.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Old Trapper Beefs. Energy emergency.
Against San Jose State on January 20th. The Wolfpack will finish things out during this 4-game slate at the Pit in New Mexico. So a couple of tough games in there, a couple of winnable games in there, but you know how crazy it is to go into the Spectrum when you have a Utah State team that is playing really, really well. I mean, that is one of the toughest environments in the country.
Yes, it definitely is, Alex, but that is a place where if you enjoy those kind of hostile environments, that is a place you like to be. I remember playing the games back in the day there, and
okay,
man, I love nothing more than to go in there and shut that crowd up. But that was a fun place to play, I can remember, but very hostile, like you said.
Free throw is good from Naz Meyer. Has 20 points. Incredible game for the true freshman. Real bright star for the Cowboys. Let's go back down to Mike Stephenson, the third member of our team.
Obviously, guys, still along. Almost 4 minutes left in this ball game. Pack trying to win back-to-back games against Wyoming for the first time since 2020. Coach Alford actually was quick to point out Tuesday night that his program here at Nevada has always had trouble with Wyoming. Nevada won its first 3 games against the Pokes in Alford's tenure, then lost 7 in a row, but has taken 2 of the last 3 and is trying to make it 2 in a row here with 3:31 to go. Ball back to Wyoming.
And fans will remember among those losses some pretty frustrating ones down at the Mountain West Conference tournament in Las Vegas against Wyoming.
Wyoming's just a tough team, man. It's a gritty team. It's especially since Sundance has taken over. It's been a tough group to get past, that's for sure.
Nevada by 10 with about 3.5 to play. Dennis chased off the three-point line. Walker trying to find space against Weems. Nevada pulls down the board. Been a good day on the glass for Nevada. They've out-rebounded Wyoming by 6 in this one. That is a huge stat in this one, Nick. The Cowboys were +8 in games this season. That was a top 30 mark in the country.
Yeah, being +8, it was going to be something that was going to be a key for this game as it went on. And you can see as the Pack were up here 10 with 2:45 to go, that definitely played a significant role in keeping the Cowboys at bay. And now they got to find a way to continue to get these rebounds and make sure they don't give any second chance points here.
Eight to shoot for the Cowboys. From the corner is Jericho. Offensive rebound, Wyoming.
No problem.
And a whistle down underneath the hoop. Wanna go down? Let's check out our play of the game, brought to you by your Northern Nevada Toyota dealers. How about Elijah Price? Just a monster at the rim in this second half. Price, 18 points, 13 rebounds, really took over for the Wolfpack. And that deserving of our play of the game, brought to you by Toyota. With Tacoma, no trail left unchallenged. Visit your Northern Nevada Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. We are really seeing an evolution of the game of Elijah Price. We talked about it earlier. I mean, what we saw from him at the start of the season back in November to today is a totally different player.
A totally different player, and I think that's just Coach Alford keeping his hands on him and that coaching staff getting him in places where he's comfortable. And, you know, the play of the game was just a small portion of what he was able to accomplish tonight. Like you said, sitting at 18 and 13, I mean, he's played really, really well, and it kind of just has piggybacked exactly off of what he did in that second half against San Diego State.
Corey Camper Jr., a bucket away from 30. He's got 28. Vaughn Weems will go to the free throw line. We started talking earlier in the broadcast about NIL, the impacts, and they're certainly felt all across college basketball. And I was starting to talk about, you know, how Naz Meyer lands at Wyoming. He had offers from Marquette, from Arizona State. He's got 21 points in this game. You look at a guy like Elijah Price, who's really starting to step up his game here as a redshirt sophomore. It's hard, I think, now at this point as fans or those commentating on games to think about when you have these guys having these kind of breakout starring sort of moments in a season is, how do you hang on to them? And maybe it's kind of impossible to hang on to a guy like Nas Meyer after his freshman season. He's just going to go and get that money. Even with a guy Elijah Price, like, can Nevada retain him next year? And that's going to be a big question mark.
I mean, it's the sad thing about the NIL, right? There's no guardrails, there's no contracts that these kids have to sign, and that's kind of the hard part, especially being the mid-majors of Wyoming's and Nevada's, that, yeah, Nas and Elijah probably are already looking potentially if they're going to go elsewhere, as Nas makes another big-time shot. And you just wonder, you know, if Sundance is already, you know, making the roster knowing that Nas is not going to be there, because it's like, yeah, you can't fault some of these kids for going to chase some of that money, but you know, one thing that I believe, Alex, is that you can't put a price on happiness. And so, like, if you're happy in a place and it works, and, you know, a kid like Nas and a kid like Elijah, as Nas knocks down another free throw, if you're a pro and you're in a situation where you're flourishing, they're getting you the ball, you're in good sets, the coach likes you, you're getting better, then, okay, maybe you miss out on a couple dollars. And we're not talking about dollars, we're talking about a lot of dollars. But if that situation works for you to potentially get to the NBA, then I think you stay in that situation instead of chasing that next situation, because you go to North Carolina and there's 5 Nas Meyers there, and all of a sudden you're having to outshine that. So that's what I kind of believe, is that when you're happy at a place and you're flourishing in that place and you're getting better, why not just stay and kind of look at your future differently?
No, I think it's an interesting part of the discussion, and I think that is part of the sales pitch of coaching staffs of trying to retain guys like that. Is there's no doubt, yes, you can go get more money over here. Are you going to be in as good of a situation to be successful, to be better as a player, to get you to the NBA? I mean, there also are going to be guys that, let's face it, never going to have a chance at the NBA. And so they're going to have to cash in while they do. But you look at a guy like Elijah Price, and you're like, the more you look at him, you're like, that guy probably could play in the league, right?
Of course,
so it is just interesting, and I think it just changes the dynamics of watching college sports now. That is kind of just a lingering part of what the game is right now.
It's a conundrum for these kids, and it's just not very fun as a fan when, you know, Coach Alford has to show up with 10 new jerseys and you're a Pack fan and you have no idea who any of these guys are until it comes to 2 months in. So it's something that the NCAA needs to get solved at some point.
Corey Camper gets his own rebounds and is going to save possession for Nevada. Camper again, he's 10 of 12 from the floor, a chance to get to 30 points, and he's already gotten his new career high. But yeah, there is that kind of psychological 30 is a little different than 28, isn't it?
30 is a little more fun to say 28. Trust me, when he calls his mom or he calls his dad tonight, and he's getting to say that he got 3-0 instead of that 2-8. It definitely feels a little bit better. I was once there, and no commentator curse here, but yeah, if Corey can get to 30, it'll definitely feel good for him, I'm sure.
Oh.
Well, I never thought this existed. I really never thought this existed, but yeah, now he might get 1 point short.
Welcome to broadcasting, Nick Fazekas.
Sorry, Corey, sorry. A really good night for Corey.
Incredible.
Incredible night. I mean, as you said, he had 4 threes in the first half. The kid shot the cover off the ball. Really gave Nevada a really good chance of winning this game, and without those 29 from Corey, it's a whole different ball game.
Nas Meyer again, a pest on the other end. Falling while shooting, almost got that one to go in. He draws the foul, and he's going to go shoot 3. 24 points for Nasir Meyer, the 6'7" freshman from LA. And he's 2 away from tying his career high this season.
Nas has played a great game. He's made a lot of big shots, as you also cursed him there. But, I mean, this kid is definitely, we talked about freshman of the year. We talked about that. But this kid plays like this the rest of the year. He's going to be talked about as, all-conference type of player. And he will definitely find his way moving up that scouting report as he goes down into the Mountain West season. But he's made some really big shots. He's been a lot of fun to watch tonight. The future is really, really bright for Nas Meyer, that's for sure.
So he had a chance to at least tie his season in career high, which was 26 against South Dakota. He's got 24. And he will make 1 of 3. And a timeout from Sundance Wicks. Want to go to it here? Corey Camper Jr., 29 points, 7 rebounds in this game, 5 of 7 from downtown. That is a new season high as well here with the Wolfpack. Pretty tough to vote against him. I think Nick is our Savage and Son player of the game. He was incredible tonight.
He was incredible. I mean, Elijah had a great night, but Corey just played so well from the get-go, made shots early, got a couple of those flare screens, and just looked really, really in rhythm. Big time block there. But Corey was a lot of fun to watch tonight, and we hope he continues this rhythm going into next week and throughout the season, because these kind of nights make it a little bit easier for the Pack to pull off a win when Corey's shooting the ball like this.
Player of the game presented by Savage and Son, serving the Northern Nevada community for over 130 years. Nevada was out without Camper Jr. for 4 games with a back injury. Came back against Fresno State, played 23 minutes off the bench. Then he played 27 minutes against San Diego State. Was not very effective in that game. He was just 4 of 11 from the floor. But an incredible performance here tonight, 10 of 13 shooting on a night where Nevada has shot a flat 60% from the floor, 30 of 50. Very nicely done for Steve Alford and company.
It almost feels like we talked about, Alex, how we were talking about in the first half how Sundance was coming out with all these changing defenses. We're trying to get him out of rhythm, and somehow it maybe got him in a better rhythm. And I think that's probably something that Coach Alford, after that UC Davis, saw that teams were going to kind of do that to him. And, you know, shooting 60%, scoring 87 points with a minute to go, I mean, that's really, really hard to beat, especially at home. I mean, the Pack just really played so well offensively tonight.
Well, this new look Nevada during this 2025-2026 season, about to go to 4-1 in the Mountain West, despite 10 new players on the roster, 6 transfers, 4 freshmen. Nevada only returning 11 points per game from last year. This has been a complete program turnaround for head coach Steve Alford, as they will feed in to Elijah Price with the exclamation point.
That'll do it there, Alex.
Talking to Coach Alford, he really spoke highly of this group early on. As Wyoming continues to fight tooth and nail, they'll get themselves back to the free throw line. And again, it's Naz Meyer in the center of things. Coach Alford talking about this group felt like there was a real connectedness early. They went and played together in the Bahamas in July, and there was early chemistry, early unselfishness. There was a feeling that this team was going to be very deep, and we've seen that. Nevada can roll 10, 11, 12 guys and really not feel like they're concerned about who the 5 are on the floor, and that is something I don't think we've ever seen in 7 years with Coach Alford. So I think Coach and his coaching staff, they deserve a lot of credit for what they've been able to do to turn around a team that, frankly, was disappointing last year. They went out and completely revamped their roster with more speed, with more toughness, with guys that maybe they felt like would play more together. And so far, that recipe is working.
It has worked, and I would imagine that Coach Alford knows better than any one of us when he's building this roster or building these rosters with this NIL format. And when he probably felt the chemistry up front right off the bat, especially when they were in the Bahamas or whenever he started to feel it, it had to be a very, very positive feeling for him, because, I mean, over this NIL era and ever since this has started back in 2021, I mean, Coach Alford has probably walked into some, coaches meetings and been like scratching his head about chemistry and like, how is this kid going to play with this kid or this and that? I mean, it is a big puzzle, I'm sure, when you're putting it together as a recruiting process. And then finally, when you get all the kids on campus and then you see that so-and-so is relating to the other guy and this and that, it's got to be a great feeling as a coach, because putting that puzzle together just cannot be easy from a mid-major standpoint, or I mean, even at the high major standpoint, when you just have kids just changing schools, you know, year after year after year. So this team has a lot of cohesiveness. They have a lot of chemistry, and like you said, Alex, I mean, it doesn't really matter what 5 are out there. It kind of feels like a comfortable 5, and you see so many different lineups through the course of a game.
Final ticks here inside Lawler. Wyoming going to give Corey Camper Jr. a chance at that 30 after all.
Go get it, Corey. I'm not even going to talk about it.
Why not? Foul him with 12.4. Corey's
Right.
not going to mind.
He's not going to mind. Hopefully Corey understands it's a 9-point game. This feels like 2 free throws at practice, but nonetheless, Alex, we're going to pretend we didn't say anything about it. All you got to do is shoot 50%, kid.
Hey.
There you go. 30. There
3-0,
it is.
baby.
The big 3-0. So now Corey has a new career high at 30, which is always a little bit better than staying at 29.
31 points for Corey Camper Jr. in what was the best night of his college career. $92 points for the Wolfpack, and an emphatic bounce-back win for the Wolfpack after a defeat earlier this week. Nevada in the win column with a 92-83 win. And Steve Alford and Nevada go to 4-1 in the Mountain West Conference this season, and they improve to a record of 8-2 here in their home building. Got to give a lot of credit to Wyoming. That is a hard-nosed basketball team that really gave Nevada a lot to handle here tonight. I don't think Sundan Wicks and his crew should have anything to hang their heads about as they make their trip back to Laramie.
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, they got that big win against UNLV. They had a heck of a start of the season. They've got some guys that are really playing well, and you watch Nas come out here and finish with 27. So they've got some bright things. I mean, Nevada's 8-2 here in Reno to start the season, and it's not an easy place to play. But you know, Sundance and them are probably going to need to go back and kind of go to the drawing board about defense. Nevada had a big outburst here, shooting 61% tonight and scoring 92 points. Helps when Corey gets his career high of 31 and Elijah goes out and gets you 20 and 13. But Nevada played well offensively, and you like to see this efficiency offensively, and something to build on, that's for sure.
All right, let's go to Mike Stephenson. He's with our player of the game, Corey Camper Jr.
Corey, what a game, really, from both sides. A lot of guys played well in this game. It was high intensity. You lead them all with 31 big ones. What did it feel like out there?
It felt great just to get back to us. We've been trying to get it going after the last game against San Diego. Emphasis getting the defensive end and getting out of transition, getting stops and getting boards.
It's felt like a pretty massive game for you guys, considering what's coming next week and just the trajectory of the year. What was the work like heading into this one, and how do you feel like y'all did?
I think the work was. But I think every guy was dialed in. Coach wasn't too happy after the game. I don't think nobody was happy. So right after the game, we got work. It wasn't no break. We got right to work.
Of course, this one just ended, but you know what looms next week, a trip to Utah State to take on the first place Aggies. You've played well away from home of late. What's it going to take to go there and win?
Trying to get having a guard come down, rebound. Got beat the last from the guards played from points to rebounds to assists, and coach wasn't too happy about that. He made sure we knew, and each guard tried to dial in and stop that this game.
I think the guys on the call were worried you might not get another chance for 30. How'd you feel when you got fouled with 12 seconds to go and you had another chance?
It felt great. My guy, Vaughn, got the rebound, made sure I got it, so I'm going to give him a pat on the back and tell him thank you.
Get in the locker room. We'll see you in Logan.
All right, appreciate you.
Guys, back to you, Corey Camper. 31 big points in a big pack win. 92 they score.
Thanks so much, Mike. Congratulations, Corey Camper Jr. 31 points on 10 of 13 shooting. 5 of 7 from downtown. He hit 6 of 8 from the line. He also had 7 rebounds in this game. Also a career high 20 points for Elijah Price. Nick Fazekas, pleasure to join you on the airwaves here tonight.
I appreciate it, Alex. A lot of fun to do this with you tonight, and got my first TV commentating going, so looking forward to doing more with you.
92-83, the Wolfpack victorious. They go to 4-1. They'll be in Logan on Wednesday. Good night.